What is this? What and that's in the screen? Salaki, I don't know what.
It's that oh shucks, I got the I think it's the Spanish version of the Leave the World Behind. Las Lunas Therma and Nirma.
Nah, I
I
don't know
don't
what
know.
language that is.
I don't know what that is. Hold on.
Netflix. That's Netflix, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was telling the brother I had Netflix. I had Netflix when they was $9.99. I don't know how much.
That's expensive now.
Yeah.
What you watch? So what you watch the movie on?
At the crib right here.
No, you watched it on Netflix.
I watched it on Netflix. Yep.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't got Netflix. I watched it on like a streaming service. I mean, like a movie streaming one thing, or whatever.
Oh,
Ah,
okay.
you should have told me, bro. I could pass you my Netflix
No,
account.
no,
It's
no, no,
only
no, no.
me.
Yeah, it's all good. You get they're gonna start banning people for that. So I'm all good. I don't even like Netflix like that. I
Oh
just watch
shoot.
movies. Yeah, yeah.
Actually, they already did. If you share your Netflix with someone else, I think they'll charge you like a few dollars for it or something like that.
Yeah, they know if you're sharing it with
Yeah, they
somebody
know.
that's not in your area.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
So
shoot.
So,
beware.
you can have shit. These I don't want you to have shit in this society, man.
Yep, nothing for free.
Uh-uh.
Bum. We're gonna charge him for everything when he get in the kingdom.
He gonna
Charge him
he
ass.
gonna charge. He gonna have a bill for breathing.
Literally.
He gonna have an oxygen bill, man.
Charge him some licks, some uppercuts.
He gonna have an oxygen. Yeah. All right. Let me open up. Hey, all right. All right. We'll start off by giving all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Hashem,
Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Rakakadash.
I say double honors and give double honors to the apostles and the bishop elders of Great Millstone for teaching his word in truth and sincerity and for ruling well. And salutations to our fellow Akim across the four corners of the globe, preaching and prophesying in the name of Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, and our brother Gabar Yahweh.
This is the brother Kahanallah.
Brother Arya, all Yahweh.
God, we the brothers from GMS Hawaii, and we're going to give our spiritual review, a quick spiritual review on this movie. For those that haven't seen it, spoiler alert, because there may be some spoilers that come out in this, in this lesson. But there's other movies coming out. There's other movies on the same topic. We do our reviews on movies. It's not about the cinematography. It ain't about the pretty much the acting. Which the cinematography was cool. The acting was a little subpar, but it's a Netflix movie. What you expect? We know that it was produced by the Obamas, and it still come out of Hollywood, so it got a lot of spiritual nuggets in there, if you can see it. And one of those spiritual nuggets, there was a ton of them. There's a ton of spiritual nuggets in this movie. Okay, it's a lot here. Hold on, brother. Yeah. Go ahead.
Kind of, but as the brother was going into, there's a bunch of spiritual nuggets, messages in this movie, man. If you haven't watched the movie, um, we recommend you watch it because all of this pretty much is Esau telling the world was about to go down because at the end of it all, Yahweh Shema Shai is using the elites of the Edomites, man, to create this time of chaos that we're gonna go into, man. But yeah, this movie pretty much, it's letting you know how that buildup is gonna happen. So there was definitely a lot of spiritual messages in that in this movie, man. So we'll give a couple of if you could get that precept, for the Lord shall do nothing except he revealed his secrets to the prophets, Ariel Babakusha.
God.
But yeah, in the meantime, while the brother comes back, um, yeah, this is part of the Lord revealing, those secrets to the prophets, man. Because the average individual looks at these type of movies and they just think it's for entertainment purposes, man. But in reality, Esau, he shows you, his hand pretty much. That way, when things happen, he pretty much is without blame. That's what they believe in. As long as I show you how you're gonna be destroyed and how I'm destroying you, I my hands are clean, you know. But we
Yeah,
know that he does it through wickedness.
yeah, it's lucky. I'm gonna say that there's a video. I don't know if it's still on YouTube, but the so-called insider, this Edomite insider, he even said too that. Um, well, matter of fact, can you get that preset, brother? Share it on your screen. You know how to do
Yeah.
share screen?
How do
Yeah.
I do the shared screen again?
Go to present.
Present. Okay.
Yeah. Go to share screen. Well, you got to open it up in a different tab, brother. It got to be opened up in it. It can't be opened up in the same tab that you already in. Matter of fact, hey Kahan, hey, just get it and share it
Kinda.
Con.
just for time's sake.
Um.
This is real quick. So
It's
let's
Amos 3:7. Well, you want to Amos 3:7.
So this is the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 7. It says, surely the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai will do nothing, but he reveal his secrets unto his servants, the prophets.
Right. So, what is his secrets? These prophecies, the different the brother guy he is too. The prophecies. Salakia. What is his secrets, the prophecies, the true understanding, the deep dark sayings of these scriptures. Okay, the who salvation is, all of the things who salvation is for. That's the deep dark secret. Not everybody can understand that. All right, especially the deep dark sayings. You can get that scripture. Aria, all just type in deep dark saying. Just type in dark sayings in
Con.
in a search box right there. See what comes up. Dark sayings, right? He revealed these things unto the prophets, not revealed to everybody, right? The prophets had to come down and disseminate the word to the people of the Lord. The Lord didn't just blanketly open this truth to all his people, right? Just like the super elite. When we watch these movies, these different movies, on the left hand side, they work the same way, right? They can't. The Lord, they're gonna do nothing before his word go out. He's not gonna blindside nobody. You're gonna have ample enough time to hear this word and hear what's coming before it happens. And it's the reason why the apostles, the bishop elders, the brothers going down, the prophets of the Lord, the men of the Lord, are throughout the earth, disseminating this word from the Heavenly Father. Because he's what he gonna do, Slakia, I can't get to the oh, here it is. It says right, where's your page at, Kahan?
This is the word for secrets
Yeah,
in Amos 3 and 7.
yeah. Can you read it again? I'm sorry, Salak. Can you read
Yeah,
the verse again?
yeah. So Amos 3 and verse 7, it says, surely the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua will do nothing, but he reveal his secret unto his servants, the prophets.
Right. So the only ones that had these secrets. Remember when Moses walked up on that mountain? He was on a mountain with the Most High for 40 days and 40 nights. He was getting secrets. Some of the things the Lord told Moses to tell to the people, and some of the things the Lord told him to hide, man. right? Which right now we're not hiding anything. We're giving you the whole truth because the Lord wants it all out. All right. So these secrets, He's going to reveal it to His servants, the prophets. And again, not everybody that's an Israelite is a prophet. All right. You got
That's right.
people in these Christian churches claiming to be prophetess and prophets and prophetess and all this other stuff, so-called seers, but they're not seers. They're not. The Lord didn't send those people. All right. And none of the prophets are women. All the prophets are men. All right. Even when we had a woman that was deemed as a prophet, she had to work with the men. And his name was Barak. And we know that woman to be Deborah. But you got women that have dreams and they tell them to their husbands. And that will deem them a prophetess because she saw a vision that the Lord gave her. But it had to be broken down through a man of the Lord that had to be able to break that vision down. But when you look at the prophets of old, all this, Deborah don't got a book. All the prophets are men of Israel. Okay? So these people, when they call themselves prophetess or prophets, they're not prophesying you the truth. What they telling you, prosperity. So the Lord didn't reveal His secrets to these people in these Christian churches, but He revealed His secret to the saints, to those Israelite men who were set up to be prophets from the womb. Go ahead with that breakdown you got, brother.
Khan, and this is the word for secret. It says council or council assembly, a familiar conversation, council. Yeah, pretty much like you were saying. The prophecy is the secret counsel of the Lord, man, and it's only revealed unto the elect of Israel. Not even all of Israel is gonna receive this message, man. And like we were going into this movie, there's a bunch of spiritual messages in there that again only the elect, the believers of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua are gonna be able to see and really acknowledge them. Everybody else sees this as a something for entertainment. I had the definition in the regular dictionary of secret. It says not known or seen or not meant to be known or seen by others.
Right.
And
So there's certain things that the Lord don't want others to see. Remember in Second Esdras chapter 12, it tells us that the Lord told Esdras to teach them to the wise of the people who may be able to comprehend and keep these secrets, man.
that's
Right?
right.
Because this is not known. The Lord's will is not known to everybody. All right. The Lord's will, his judgment, it ain't known to everybody because everybody are not able to. Every one of our people are pretty much are not able to comprehend His word. Neither are they able to keep these secrets, meaning to hold on to it and understand it. What else you got?
Okay. Nah, and then they just had synonyms uh like top secret, classified,
Right.
restricted. And all of these things again, only the chosen of the Lord are gonna be able to understand them, man, because this is, like we always say, like the scriptures say, this is the top knowledge of the universe, man. So it's only gonna be given to a few.
Uh, read this precept, brother. Are we all?
I have two. I have Psalm. I don't know which one you wanted. Psalm 78, verse 2, which says,
I can read both of them.
okay, Psalm 78, verse 2, and Proverbs 1, verse 6. I will open my mouth. This is the one in Psalms. I will open my mouth in a parable. I will utter dark sayings of old.
Look up the definition for dark sayings after you read Proverbs.
Okay. This is Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 6. To understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings.
Hey, start at 5. Proverbs 1 and 5.
Okay. Let me bring this up. This is Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 5. A wise man will hear and will increase learning.
Right,
And
and that's why Salakia. That's why.
okay.
That's why. Even when we out there on the highways and hedges, especially when we amongst the population, you understand that you notice that a lot of these men that are Israelites, they're not wise, man. And there's not a lot of wise people out there, period. But this is a wise man will hear and will increase learning. So when you hear this word, you increase in learning, meaning that you start looking in. First of all, you're going to see what we're saying. You're going to look up and see what we're saying is true or not in the Bible. In the Spirit of the Lord, going to have you do more research, more understanding. You're going to grow into this truth. So that's called increasing in understanding. And shall attain. Go ahead, keep reading, brother.
It says, a wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels.
Yeah, and that's what a man of understanding is going to attain to wise counsel, meaning how to move in the truth, what to do when you see these things come to pass. It's all in the scriptures, right? It's all being taught to us. Keep reading, brother.
Verse 6, to understand a proverb.
To understand a proverb. And you know that these Christian churches, when they talking reading out of the Proverbs, a lot of the certain things they take it literally, and some things they taking not things they should take literally, they're not taking literally. And things that they shouldn't take literally, they are taking literally. So they don't understand. They can't understand a proverb. Only a wise man of counsel of the Lord, a man of the Lord, can understand these things. Like when you read, well, the Lord spoke to the people in Proverbs, and remember the disciples asked him, "Why are you speaking to the people in prophecies?" And when Proverbs, he said, "Because it is not given unto them to know the secrets of the Most High, but to you is given. To us is given to know the secrets of the Most High, but to them is not given." So they couldn't. He wasn't. Even though some of them people were part of the elect, those people that he was speaking to, a lot of them people, they were just there because they saw the wave, the miracles, such as the food, the healing. They weren't there. A lot of people weren't there through sincerity, man. So if you were, you would have remained with the Lord, and then you could get these understandings and breakdowns. But when you go to the Christian churches, when they start reading the parables of Yahushua, or that Yahushua said, they'll either take it literally, like when they mention hell, right? When they say the Lord's going to be in hell for 4 days or whatever, these people actually literally believe that there's a place called hell. So again, they don't understand Proverbs. Go ahead, keep reading.
And to understand a proverb, this Proverbs 1 verse 6, and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings.
Right. So it says a wise man will hear these things and he will come to understand these things, right? He will come to understand the proverb, the interpretation, and the words of the wise, which are the prophets, the apostles, the Halbashim Shai, truly, right?
Yeah.
These you will understand these words, right? And it says, and their dark sayings, because there's dark sayings in the scriptures. Now, can you look up the definition for dark sayings in Proverbs 1:6?
Dark sayings. It says, and the interpretation of the words of the wise and the dark sayings. It's a Hebrew word.
Yeah, the Hebrew word there is, we're going to learn this together. We'll scroll back up, brother. Right. The Hebrew word there is ka-ya.
Strong's H2420.
No.
Oh.
He get it wrong. Don't do that.
Okay, my bad.
He gets it wrong. So it's hayada. I'm sorry, go back up, brother. That word right there, that's in the Hebrew right there. I'm pointing at the Assyrian text right here. In the Hebrew Assyrian text right there, the first letter there is ha. And then you have the ya, which is the smallest character. Then you have the da I'm sorry. Then you have the da, and then actually, I'm sorry. I think that might be ka, ya, da, ka, ya, da.
Kayada.
Ka, ya, da. So you have a ka, a ya, a da, and a ha, right? So that Hebrew word there is ka, ya, da. All right, go ahead. And what's the definition?
It says riddle, feminine noun, riddle, dark, sayings, hard question, dark sentence, proverb, dark speech, riddle, difficult question, parable, enigmatic saying or question, perplexing saying or question,
Yeah.
Riddle, dark, obscure utterance, riddle, enigma, to be guessed, perplexing questions, difficult, double dealing with having.
Yeah. So it basically questions that people can't really easily get access to the answer to. And it takes some time. The spirit has to be on you. You have to look it up. You have to go to other precepts and see what it's really saying.
Right.
You know? So again, Esau uses that on the left-hand side. On the left-hand side, his high priest, these Hollywood producers and these Hollywood writers, a lot of them are nothing more than prophets of Baal, right? High priest on the left-hand side. So like I was saying earlier, the elite on the left-hand side, they can't just spring something on people. They gotta talk about it in their way first. They gotta let the world know what they're doing before they do it. They just can't do something. So what they use to do that is their different media. So a lot of these movies, like the brother priest Kahan Allah was saying, people watch these movies for entertainment purposes, but there's a lot of spiritual significance. There's a lot of prophetic significance in these movies, man.
Right.
Not saying everything that these people are saying is how it's going to happen, but you starting to see right now there's going to be an uptick in a lot of movies where a lot of end time things that are written in the scriptures are going to be in these movies. And it's not just now, even in the past. You have other movies like before 9/11 happened. You had that movie, A Long Kiss Goodnight, and they actually spoke word for word what was going to happen. And shit, not too long after that, the shit actually happened. You know what I'm saying? To the T. They said they're going to blame some Muslims. You know what I'm saying? Dudes like Samuel L. Jackson said, well, you're going to take out 4,000 people? You're going to fake 4,000 people death? He said, I don't know how to fake it, so it's going to have to happen. That's why a lot of those people that were high up, that were working in the World Trade Center, a lot of them were Jays, they got a memo not to go into work that day. All of a sudden, out of the clear blue sky, they don't come in today. But other people went. A lot of Jakes went to work, trying to get that check. Yeah. And you had the one dude, the flying man, the cook, this nigga, he ain't get the memo. They ain't send him an email and say, hey, Hector, Jorge, the Dominican dude, don't go to work today. Nah, he couldn't even get a spiritual cue. I'm sure it was shit happening that, if the Lord wanted to, he would have tried to prevent him, but the Lord wanted his spirit that day. But even the spiritual cues, like, oh man, the spirit's saying, hey, don't go that way, go right. You know what I'm saying? So again, this man, he uses the same thing. That's why the scripture says it's no wonder that Satan's angels will be turned into Satan shall be turned into an angel of light.
Mm-hmm. There's us Salakia brothers. There's a term for that. I was at the job and I was meditating on it because I couldn't remember it. And then the spirit gave it to me with these movies. It's called predictive programming. Mm-hmm. Predictive programming.
The definition
is what it's called. And Salakia, 1 second.
And you see a lot of predictive programming in cartoons too. There's a cartoon, I forget the name of that cartoon, something Force. And in the cartoon, everybody getting the chip. And I can't find this comic book to this day, but I remember buying a comic book like when I probably like my second or third year in the truth. But at the time, I wasn't like videotaping it like that. But anyway, it was a Marvel Wolverine comic book, and in the comic book, they were giving people the chip, saying that we're gonna use this to track people in the comic book. You know what I'm saying? And just like in that cartoon, the people they got the chip in the cartoon. People were lining up to get the chip. They had the news people telling people to go down to your nearest chipping station and get this mark. They put this stuff in pop culture.
Yeah, because there's an episode, the article I was reading, there's an episode on The Simpsons that spoke something about made reference to the C-19 when it came out. And then there was another episode of The Simpsons that made reference to 9/11. Predictive programming. I'm trying to get the definition here.
Check in the meantime, check this out. I was looking at that movie cover that you have in the screen, I see the deer in the back, and I wrote, "What is the occult meaning of a deer?" And it says, "Deer as messengers. Deer's gentle and graceful nature often makes them symbolize purity and spirituality. In some interpretations, they are seen as messengers or
Intermediator.
intermediators between the human world and the spiritual realm. This connection can lead people to view deer slightly as a sign from angels or divine beings."
Right.
And
And in that movie, the woman was saying, "Hey, the animals are trying to tell us something." You saw
Yeah.
all the birds and animals, and they were saying that like the animals they were migrating into cities where people was at, and then you had them running. And even a girl said in a movie, "Hey, dogs be doing that. Dogs will start barking when shit happens before something happens, a natural disaster. They start going crazy. The chickens they start going wild, and you know that something bad is coming in. So the animals, because the animals, they're in their righteous order. So they animals and sometimes can be more spiritual than people. I saw a video of this Edomite. He had killed his family, right? So in one of the videos, his wife was like, she did a pre-recorded video before she died. She did a pre-recorded video before she died, and in the video, the husband came walking in the door, and the dog started barking at him crazy, start growling at him. By this time, the husband had already been preparing that he was going to take him out. So what I saw, I was like, oh, that dog saw them demons on a husband. The murder demons on a husband. So he was trying to protect the woman, but he ended up killing the dog too. He killed her and the wife and the dog, and set the house on fire. You know what I'm saying? He killed the dog, so the dog wouldn't be able to testify against him, man. But see, like, he had did a whole bunch of pre-recorded videos preparing to take his family out, bro. And spiritually, his wife is simple. She ain't know shit what the fuck was going on. His daughter, she ain't know shit what's going on. His wife thought he was the most perfect husband in the world. He spoils her. He come home and give her $20 to go to the Hobby Lobby store and shit. And she's just happy with that. And she just thinking like this dude is perfect. The whole time this nigga couldn't stand his family. But they didn't see the death angel that was living in their house. They didn't see the death angel that was standing around them.
The dog saw him.
The dog saw it. And animals are like that. Animals can see things that people, hey, it's in the scriptures when the donkey was in the story of Balaam and Balak. I think it was Balak. Whoever was on a horse. I always get them mixed up. Balaam or Balak. It might have been Balak. Anyway, he was on a donkey, and the donkey stopped. He was trying to get it to go forward, and it wouldn't go forward.
Yes.
He was like, what? He started cussing the donkey out, hitting her, and the donkey turned around and said, "Why you hitting me?" And he's like, he started bugging out, what the fuck? And then he was telling him, like, listen, if there's an angel standing in front of me with a sword. If you would have went any further, you would have died.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it prevented you from that happening.
Yep.
That's why it's good to have dogs and animals in your house that could alert you, especially a dog. Because a dog knows when somebody coming up that don't belong there. You know what I'm saying? Because it can see them spirits.
Yeah.
Did you find a definition for predictive programming?
Khan, I have the definition for predictive programming, and I have a precept to go with it.
Yeah, you got to share it on your screen, brother. You got to put it on the screen that you're sharing.
Oh.
The tab that you're sharing. So just drag the tab over to where, or look it up on this tab that you got in front of us right here. If not, the brother Kahan can get it. You can just bring the precept out.
Okay, let's see. Sharing.
Yeah, you already sharing it, brother. You already sharing a tab. That tab that you're sharing with the scriptures on it, the blue letter Bible on it, you can find it. You can use that tab to look up the definition for predictive programming.
Oh, because I have predictive programming already. It's in another tab though.
Yeah, but it ain't sharing. That's what we're trying to say.
Oh, okay.
The brother Kahan got it, brother.
Okay.
Yeah, you just go back to the blue letter and get your precept that you had. Go with it.
Okay. Precept is Psalm 64 and verse 8. Psalms, Salakia, 1 second.
He got it.
Khan. Yeah, Psalm 64 verse 8. Yeah, predictive
Oh, no,
programming.
you got it. You get it, brother.
Can I get it? Okay. Psalm 64 and verse 8.
That's Psalm 68 and 4. You got Psalm
Oh,
68.
oh, my bad.
That's all right.
Psalm 60, yeah, 64. Yeah, because as you were saying, the Lord puts the spirit on him to say in movies what he's going to do before he does it. Predictive programming. This is Psalm 64, verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. They tell on themselves through the movies,
Yeah.
basically, and all
Or,
that's from the Lord.
yeah,
You know?
or an insider who fell out of
Right.
favor, or who just probably set up to tell people, because remember they got to tell people before
That's right.
So
They got to tell
some
people.
of these people, they actually set up by the elite to come out and talk about the things that they're talking about. They know that the vast majority of people not going to catch on anyway. Just like the Al Bashar knows the vast majority of Israelites are not going to catch on to this truth. But it's still said. So guess what? The word don't go out void. We told you it was coming.
That's right.
I don't know if you caught that part where that Jake was telling the woman that he had that client that used to move a lot of money and whatnot,
Yeah.
and he was like, oh yeah, you know, one time he told me he was just gonna hang out with his secret Kabbalah and whatever, and then he just made a joke out of it, because that's what people believe, like that
Mhm.
there's no evil, like those type of evil things in the world,
Yeah.
and there is, but you know, people say it as a joke because they know that the average individual is not gonna catch on to those things.
Yep.
And the same thing with these movies. They tell you what they're about to do, and then everybody, like, it goes over everybody's heads because everybody thinks that, you know, the establishment is there to, you know, to take care of you and they have
Yep.
your best interest at hand, but it's really not, man. And we know via the scriptures who those powers be and what their purpose is, which ultimately is to what, to establish that NWO under the MOTB, man.
Yep. Bring out the definition of predictive programming.
I got it on the screen.
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Let me share it. You got it, bro.
Yeah, it says predictive programming is a theory that the government or other higher ups are using fictional movies or books as a mass mind control tool to make the population more accepting of planned future events. This was first described and proposed by researcher Alan Watt, who defines predictive programming as predictive programming is a subtle form of psychological conditioning provided by the media to acquaint the public with planned societal changes to be implemented by our leaders. If and when these changes are put through, the public will already be familiarized with them and will accept them as natural progressions, thus lessening possible public resistance and commotion.
Yeah, so it's gradualism. So they
Gradual.
predictive programming is a part of gradualism. They work it, they put it in the minds of the people. Because that's where the government starts at. Government means to rule your mind. Gov means rule, and mental means your mind. So they use predictive programming to use people's minds. So when they actually bring it out, people be like, oh man, I remember this from a movie. This now it's in real life. Now we actually have it. The gradualism, they make people accept it over time. You know what I'm saying? And this
Yep.
thing, this whole gradualism, this whole end of the world utopia, dystopian future, this they've been pushing that. Why? Because like he said in the movie, his friend, he worked with his so-called friend, which he wasn't really a friend. It was like a Nelson Rockefeller was to what's his name? Nelson Rockefeller? I think the dude name was Nick Rockefeller. Nick Rockefeller was to what was his man name? Aaron
Russo.
Russo. Aaron Russo. He was a so-called friend. He said they were cool, but he was running the lowdown what was about to happen. He gave him the heads up on 9/11. He gave a heads up on Osama bin Laden, and he gave him a heads up on the chip. He told this dude that decades before it's going to happen. Why? Because he's an insider. He already knows. And the same information that he was spewing to Nick Rockefeller was spewing to Aaron Russo, guess what? We got that same information through Yahweh Bashim Shai, giving it to the apostles, the bishop, elders, and the brothers on down that teach us. We already know the chip is coming. He just confirmed it. Everything that we know, the apostles and elders taught us, it's already being confirmed even in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So with this predictive programming, gradualism, they want people to accept the rule. They want people to accept this so-called order.
Mm-hmm.
And like he said in his movie, the black guy, his name is GH, right? GH said in the movie, he was like, look, man, he said, I work for a high-level government and portions of the government and their finances. And he said, like, they want the people to turn on themselves so that they could do the job for them. So they ain't got to overthrow them with force. So they start spewing out all this anti-American rhetoric from these different nations when it wasn't even coming from them. It was just drones dropping in all across America and different languages in different regions of America. So you had to thinking that, we're being invaded by it, which America is going to be invaded by these different countries. Don't get it twisted. But guess what? The super elite is behind it. Because this experiment called America is over. They already got what they wanted. They got the people enslaved. They got the people so weak and broken, so destitute. And people think they're mourning down about their jobs and about the money. Guess what? When this system collapses, it is going to be all-out warfare. It is going to be people turning against one another, right? Because that's in the precept. This is the book of 2 Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. It says, verse 15, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another and swords in their hands. And that's the gun, an actual knife, whatever, any type of weapon. People are going to be defending themselves against that. And you saw that in that movie. It didn't show too much of it. It was like everybody else disappeared except these people. But I actually had visions in my sleep or whatever. Could have had a bad fish sandwich or not. But I actually saw planes just falling from the sky, man. Just like it was in that movie, falling from the sky. Why? Because of that grid going down, man. And these planes losing all navigational capabilities, man, and just hitting one another and going down. That's going to happen. You're going to see that. And the first thing people want to say, it's like that movie, leave the world behind. But no, nigga, it's really going to happen. People are going to fight each other with swords in their hands. Go ahead, brother.
Oh, me?
Somebody was speaking?
No, you got it.
2 Ezra 15, 16. For there shall be sedition among men. Sedition is speech inciting other people to go against authority.
Yeah.
Like they did in that movie. In that movie, people they didn't show it, but he talked about it. They were saying that the city is terrible, it's messed up. And in fact, they had to blow the city up. You know what I'm saying? The city was done because it was sedition amongst the people. And that's happening now. In invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to. Right. In this movie, they were desiring to get out of it, but they weren't able to go back to that city. Remember, the roads was all
clogged
up, and a lot of them cars that was on the road were electric vehicles. Why? Because they can control electric vehicles through the grid. They can get in there. They can use hacks. They can use all kinds of bugs. They can control that shit. So you had cars, self-driving vehicles, just crashing in each other. It was mainly Teslas. And what are they trying to do by 2030? They're trying to make America all electric, man. All of a sudden, electricity is a new thing now. Cars that can go only limited amount of miles. So in the new system, if you can rent a car, because you ain't gonna be able to own one, but in the new system, if you're able to get behind a vehicle, it can only go so far. You're going on days you traveling 400 and 500 miles on a gas tank. They can't control the gas tank. They can control the gas, but they can control that where your vehicles go. Everybody's all into this self-driving. In fact, Tesla, so-called Tesla is doing a recall. They claim that they're doing a recall of 2 million vehicles, all in America, because of the self-driving situation. I wonder why. All of a sudden, y'all just finding this shit out? Nah, man, it's because they want to control that shit. They'll give your car back. Now your car is on a demon gonna take over your car. But when it's your walls, you gonna try to leave New York to go to New Jersey and won't be able to.
Yeah.
You gonna try to go to Philadelphia and Baltimore and ain't gonna be able to. Wherever state you in, wherever city you in, you're gonna be locked into those confines of those areas.
Yeah.
Right?
You go beyond that area, your car gonna shut off.
That's right. Oh, you're going too far.
Too far.
You've exceeded your monthly allotment of credits to drive. Now you stuck. So because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. In that movie, we saw that. Those men were afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And what? Kevin Bacon, he ain't let them people in his house, man. They try to, oh, you need to help my son. He had to barter. He had to pay for some pills. You know what I'm saying? And when he had to get the weapon to his face, he was like, look, man, if you come any further, man, I'm going to take you out of here.
Yeah, and then
yep, you got it.
Yeah, the Jake was like, oh, we're not leaving here until we get what we came for. And that's going to be the spirit of a lot of people, man. People are going to be hungry. They're going to need medicine, a bunch of things. So imagine.
Yeah, and then the dude said he had insider knowledge about a family that had a survival shelter. Yeah, because he built bunkers. That guy builds them. You know what I'm saying? So what you think? You think these people, when they start running out of goods, they're gonna start marauding, man. People gonna be running into them panic rooms. You had Kim Kardashian, what's that? Khloe Kardashian showing off their so-called luxury bunkers, man. Supposedly, you think you got all these people? Y'all remember that show that used to come on TV called what was it called? Preppers.
Preppers.
Yeah, Doomsday Preppers, man. Hey, people, I'm sure there's people that really get into that show and remember where them people live at, and they going. They're gonna go in droves, and they're gonna get what they need to get. They're gonna be kicking in doors. They ain't gonna have no pity on their neighbor, man. You know? And in the movie, mostly everybody was pretty much dead. Remember that the siren went off, start fucking with people and shit. That come from, it's a lot of deep messages, man, in this movie. It may not be the best of movies, but it's a good movie. I thought it was a good one.
It's a good one.
I was looking for the deep dark, and they had a lot of references to slavery in the movie. Here it is, Jake living in his own basement. Esau going upstairs every night, sleeping in his bed. And she was like, then why? Even the daughter was like, why are we in our own house in a fucking basement, sleeping in the bed together? Like, no, they need to be in the basement. The house was shaped like a slave ship. Remember the ship that went on a beach called the White Lion? That's an actual slave ship. Yeah. That was the actual name of a slave ship. So a lot of this judgment that's coming is for what this devil did to the Lord's people, man.
That's right.
And the super elite know the judgment is coming.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, a great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. And not every Israelite is written in the book of life. All right? Not for salvation. No. The only ones written in the book of life is the elect of Israel. Those are the ones that's on that list to be saved. Everybody else, they're gonna die on this side. And then the Israelites are gonna be reborn. Israelites that die on this side, they're gonna be reborn back in the kingdom of heaven. Right? Because the Israelites that die on this side, they're taking the side of Esau. Just like they lined up for the Jews, they're gonna line up for the chip. They're gonna run straight to their governments when they're perplexed, when their nations, their cities, these states are perplexed with all kinds of hell going on, man. And it's gonna be live out here. It's gonna be live like a wire.
For real.
Right? This is what we're warning our people. The only ones that's gonna listen to is the elect is to repent. We already left the world behind. We're looking for. Hey, call all you how about Shimon Shah? We got somebody from Toronto up in here. Uh, JM
Oh,
from
yeah.
Toronto. You know what I mean?
So,
Yeah.
Shalom.
So things are heating up, man. You know, we ain't going. We ain't. We again some spoilers in the movie. The brother, Ariel, he got to watch the rest of the movie.
yeah.
You know what
No,
I
you
mean?
can go ahead. You can spoil me.
Yeah, no, that's all good. It's all good. It's all good. You know, it's still a movie. Even if you hear what we're saying, you should go watch this movie,
Oh,
and,
definitely.
and you should pick out some spiritual nuggets. We got a whole bunch of spiritual nuggets that we can bring out, but for time
Mhm.
purposes, I'm gonna end it here. Y'all brothers got any last scriptures? We can close out.
Um, I got one.
Bring it out.
Uh, 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. Uh, 2:11. Yeah. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Right.
For Wadi Yahweh Shemihal Shai, the Lord is keeping us up on all of this through the apostles and the elders, starting with Apostle Tahar, through the other brothers who do lessons on this. Because actually, I was going to say, I forget his name, but one of the elders did a lesson on this, and he said, spoiler alert, but he spoiled it anyway. He told it was all through the lesson, but we're not ignorant of this. Through the spirit of Yahweh Bashemi Hashai, we know what's going on with Esau through his movies and all his shenanigans, his tricks, NLT, so that Satan will not outsmart us, for we are familiar with his evil schemes. So the Wadi Yahweh Bashemi Hashai for keeping us, abreast of what's going on.
Right. You got something, Con?
Yeah, I was gonna mention real quick. I have this preset, but I just wanted to mention how the lady Sandra Bullock. There was a point that she was in the shed and she was talking to the
Oh,
girl.
that was Jessica Roberts, not Sandra Bullock. Jessica Roberts.
Oh yeah, there we go, Jessica Robbins.
Julia
Uh,
Roberts.
Julia
Julia
Roberts.
Julia
Right.
Roberts. There
Right.
we go.
Jessica Roberts.
So good.
Whatever, but yeah, that lady, she was talking to the young, girl, and she got desperate. And she was like, "Oh, what the fuck is gonna happen? I want to know what the fuck is gonna happen." So that's that spirit that the Lord is gonna have upon the people of the world. But like the brother Ariel mentioned, and we know via the scriptures, man, the Lord, revealed all these things unto us, because Lord willing, we're part of that chosen number.
No
you
doubt.
know that mercy has been shown unto us. And this is in the book of Saint John 15 and verse 14. It says, "Ye are my friends if ye do whatsoever I command you. Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth, but I call you friends, for all things that I have heard of my Father I have made known unto you." And
Beautiful.
again, the judgment, all the things that are coming, all the things you see in these end time movies, man, those are part of the prophecies of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And
That's
the
right.
Lord is made them known unto us via the scriptures and the Holy Spirit, man. So, like the brother Ariel was going into, you got to always thank the Lord. Those of you brothers and
Mhm.
sisters that have been blessed with this knowledge, man, you got to thank the Lord and pray for him to keep the spirit upon you, man, because we're about to enter these times, man. As the days go by, we're getting closer and closer to seeing this actually come into real life, man. And we
Yeah.
got to be prepared for all these things. As I was watching that movie, man, I was just thinking like, yo, that shit is about to pop off, man. So we got to be like highly spiritually active, man, and connected with the Lord, because that's all we have. If you take a look at towards the end of the movie, the little girl, I saw her as the elect, man, because she was like innocent, like she had like that innocent spirit. And you know like she was the one that was saying like the animals are trying to tell us something. And
She
like,
said
we
nobody want
put
to. She said nobody. She also said nobody want to listen to her. Nobody ever listens to
time.
her.
That's
And that's
right.
how we feel in this world. Nobody be listening. We telling you
Yeah.
the truth, but it's like a child talking to an adult. Oh, just get by. We ain't trying to hear that. It
That's
should look
right.
right here. Somebody, the prisoner of hope said the little girl was the only one who had eyes to see.
A- And
Even
at the end, and at
sorry,
the end of it all, Salaki, and at the end of it all, she was just pretty much like, "Fuck everybody, I'm gonna go by myself."
yeah,
She left her mom, her dad, everybody behind, man.
yeah. And when she got to the bunker, she got to sit down and watch Friends in peace. You know what I'm saying? She's eating all that shit. She had the key to access to the bunker and everything. That's nothing was locked. And that's how it's gonna be for the elect, man. The Lord willing, we part of the elect. If we stumble upon a bunker, it ain't gonna be locked, man. It's gonna be unlocked for us. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we're gonna have that safety and that security. You know?
God.
Isaiah 33:6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, and the strength of salvation, and the fear of the Lord is his treasure, man. Right. Money ain't gonna be the stability of the time. Fame, material gain, none of that's gonna have people stable when in the time of trouble, man. But the knowledge and wisdom of Yahweh Bashim Shai, the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Bashim Shai, what we're disseminating, and when we go over week in and week out, that's what's going to keep us stable. It's going to keep the men of the Lord stable in that day. And the strength of salvation, with knowing that, hey, this not going to be forever. Because a lot of people going to think that hey, it's going to happen forever, but they don't realize that when we see these things happening, we're thinking, hey, salvation's coming any moment. And the fear of the Lord is our treasure, because that's the beginning of knowledge. It's fearing the Lord, man. Knowing who's the one really behind it. Everybody going to think it's a secret cabal. The Lord is using them elites to do his will. Like Apostle Art said, that chip is the Most High's chip. He gonna allow the people that he do not want of his nation to take that and to die. And they're sins. The Esau works for the Most High. Esau is working with Satan, who works for the Most High. So listen, man, we're straight. We're in the right direction.
That's right.
And when all hell breaks loose, some people are going to come to us and try to seek the Lord. A lot of people are going to try to seek the wisdom, but it's going to be too late. The door of repentance is going to be closed. All right. Hey, so with that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh.
Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakakodash.
We double honor to the apostles and the bishop elders who create millstone for teaching his word, to sincerity and ruling well, and salutations to all our Akim, the 144,000. Lord will be part of that number. Hey, shalom until next time. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.